Welcome to County Portal, your simple source for local government services and public records. Let's get started.
Do you have to show your ID for a trespass warning? It's a tense question, and the answer isn't a simple yes or no. It really depends on the situation and your state's laws. First, let's be clear about what a trespass warning is. It's an official notice from a property owner, usually delivered by a police officer, telling you that you are not allowed on that property. If you come back, you can be arrested for criminal trespass. The warning itself is not a ticket or an arrest. So why does an officer want your ID? They need to create an official, documented record of who was warned. This prevents confusion later. They need to prove that you, specifically, received the notice not to return. This is where the law gets complicated. Many states are stop and identify states. In these states, if an officer has reasonable suspicion that you have been involved in a crime, which can include trespassing, you are legally required to provide your name, and sometimes your address or ID. Refusing to identify yourself in these states can be a separate crime, often called obstruction or failure to identify, and you can be arrested for that alone. Now, what if you're not in a stop and identify state? Generally, you might not be required to show your physical ID if you're not being detained for a crime. However, the police are there because the property owner wants you to leave. If you refuse to leave, you are now actively committing the crime of trespassing. At that point, the officer has probable cause to arrest you for trespassing. Once you are under arrest, you must identify yourself. So, what's the practical advice here? While you might technically have the right to refuse in some very specific scenarios, it almost always escalates the situation. Refusing to cooperate can turn a simple warning into a lengthy detention while officers try to figure out who you are, or it could lead directly to an arrest for the trespass itself. The path of least resistance is usually to provide your ID, accept the written warning, and leave the property peacefully. You are not admitting guilt to anything by doing this, you are simply acknowledging that you have received the notice. Keep in mind, this video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. You should always consult with a qualified attorney for advice on your specific situation. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to our channel for more straightforward explanations on your rights. Stay safe.